Hello, everyone.
Happy Sunday. Welcome to Share the Love Sundays. We're so excited about today's interview. Welcome, everybody in the chat. Hello, Omar far away.
Hi.
Hi. Diane Black, welcome. Diane Jones, hi. Dave and Kathy Hyde. Oh, you guys, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yes, and we know why you're all here to say hi to John and Cara.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you so much for your generosity and for, oops, that was supposed to be off. Thank you guys so much for your generosity and having us on the channel. We're so excited. Just before we get started though, you guys put out a video a few days ago. It's an American tries British baked beans on toast.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, so I put in the comments that I had a can in my pantry.
Oh, wow.
And then in further inspection in our pantry, we found mushy peas.
Oh my gosh, peas.
And also some salad cream.
Oh,
wow.
yeah.
And
Weetabix.
yeah, put those up there.
Weetabix.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
So-
goodness.
So
That is awesome.
British here.
I know, you're more British stuff in your pantry than I do.
I know. God, I'm so impressed.
Very impressed. You can have a whole British feast.
Yes.
Not all together. Don't put
No,
the salad cream and
it's
the
probably a
beans on the
separate
Weetabix.
meal now I
Yeah,
think about
yeah,
it,
yeah. But guys, so can you tell us all about your channel? What's it called? What is it about, and why did you start it?
Well, I guess I'll go first.
Okay, you go.
So this
Okay.
was not my idea. This was Kara's brainchild, her baby. I helped her out getting equipment, and we talked about places to go, but she got hooked on YouTube and YouTubers, and this is just something that we never expected to happen in our lives.
Yeah, our channel's about travel is what it was initially. It was about, us traveling. And after John retired, we were like, what are we going to do? Let's go out. The kids, empty nesters, and let's go out and let's just explore the world. I mean, we've done a lot of travel before, but now we were totally free to just, stay a lot longer and, not just the vacation time or what have you. So,
Yeah, well, the traveling part was not an issue. We're always going to travel.
right.
Yes.
Recording it was something totally different that we never planned for. It happened organically, and
Yeah, and John surprised me with the for Christmas with a new camera and a GoPro and all of this equipment, and as well as a drone, which I'm terrified of. So I've only gotten it 3 feet off the ground. If anyone out there wants to come and give us lessons, I'd be welcome to that. I put it back in the box and that's where it's set. So we have not yet really done anything with it. But anyway, so yeah. So we just decided, well, we can do this. All of our friends on YouTube are doing it and they're having a great time. And let's just record, for our family and friends that are going to be able to go with us and they can watch our channel,
I think that's great because, several points you raised there. As you get older, you must really sort of try new things all the time. And, you can't just say, oh, it's just for the young people. You really have to have a go at doing something different. And there's so many people, our ages out there doing this, which is wonderful and a huge surprise.
Yes.
They're not all teenagers.
At our age also, it's nice to record things that you do so you can remember them later.
Oh, yes, that is so true because, once you've done something, you can't remember half the stuff about it. Yeah. And it's really,
what did I do today?
Yeah, exactly. Well, a lot of us have been there. And also to kind of like have it as a legacy and to share it, as you say, with your friends and family, which is wonderful.
Yeah, it's been nice. And also we can, I know that with you guys with filming, when we film, we find that we have so much footage. And I would say 90% of it is on the cutting room floor. So what you see in our videos, unfortunately, but then we still have all those files still. And then we just kind of give you a glimpse, you know, of what we've experienced and where we've gone. Looking back at our first videos, I'm disappointed because I'm like, oh my gosh, we should have done so much more, you know? And so now going forward, we try to do that a little bit more and show more. And we don't do scripts or anything like that. I do take notes, but we just kind of wing it as we go along and say, hey, this is the shot we're going to do, or this we're going to chat to the camera or what have you, you know, so.
Well, it's great that you wing it because you wouldn't know, and it's so, but it is so natural and it flows so well. So you know, your videos are fantastic, and
they're so kind. Thank you.
Yeah.
We really appreciate that. I love editing. I never have edited in my life, and I have found it just wow. It's so fun to be creative that way, and then to continue to learn as I go along. Different techniques from other YouTubers of what they're doing and then try to do that. It doesn't always work, but you know, sometimes it gets a little bit better and you just keep every single time, you just keep trying to make a better story every time.
Yes, it is a real learning curve. Well, the whole of YouTube is a learning curve, but editing for sure was a huge learning curve. And I don't know about you, but I'm still discovering things I didn't know I could do on my editing software. Every time I'm like, wow, I can do that.
Well, it's funny because a year and a half ago, she didn't know anything about, well, maybe cameras, but nothing about video editing or software or posting things on YouTube. But I mean,
I had to research how to start a YouTube channel.
So on
YouTube.
Yeah. That's so refreshing because I think a lot of people who want to start probably don't realize that. They assume that, you know, people who start these things know everything there is already about it, you know, but you don't, do you?
No. What editing software do you use?
I use Wondershare Filmora.
So do we.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, if anyone's looking for editing software, I would definitely recommend it. Would you?
I would absolutely. It is the simplest and you still can get some really high quality videos. I think I looked at some of those other pro videos and I was like, there's no way that I can figure all this out. You know, watching like, for instance, one of my favorite YouTubers, Peter McKinnon, you know, he's on there and he's showing you how to do all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it just makes me so nervous. There's no way I could do that. I'm too overwhelmed. Let's stick with Filmora.
Yeah, that's right. And you can like build up slowly with Filmora. You can start just by cutting something simple together for your first video and then slowly grow from there. You know, it really does help you learn as you go through, I think.
She's really come a long way, and I guess it's a year and a half. Is it almost 2 years now?
I think, yeah, we left on our trip. Our initial trip, we left in September of 2019 for just shy of 3 months. And then our intention was to stay in the US for 3 months and then get back on the road for 3 months out, you know, abroad. And then of course, 2020 hits and, you know, and that truly did affect our plans. So, you know, that was a little disappointing. So we're kind of now just trying to, like everybody else, just trying to figure out locally what we can do. And, you know, and we've done a lot of that through our Georgia and, you know, and some other, you know, Tennessee and Florida, of course, and some other places. So
and of course, guys, you know, those places to people who don't live in that part of America or don't live in that part of the world, you know, are unique and different and interesting to them. So although you think, oh, they're just on our doorstep, they're not on everyone else's doorstep.
Yeah.
No, and you know, it's very surprising because we, on our trip, which I'm just going to show you something really quickly. This was our binder for our trip through Europe. So it was very well organized and laid out. And I did about 2 months of research using YouTube, of course, and trying to figure out where we were going to go. And so what was it? Oh, so we're surprised that some of the very unique places that we've been to, like Bratislava and Loutraki in Greece, which is just amazing. the views are really low, but we go to our small town in Ellijay, Georgia, and we've got 4,600 views, and we're like, really?
Little tiny place.
Yeah, really?
1,900 residents.
Yeah.
Isn't that strange? I
You
know.
can never tell on YouTube which videos are going to go, which ones are going to do best. That's what we always say.
Yes.
And it's hardly ever the ones we think are going to do well that do. It's always the ones where are like, really?
Yeah, exactly. Why are people watching this?
One of the disappointments from our trip that I was really hoping was going to get a lot of videos is we went to Auschwitz when we were in Poland.
Wow.
And it was a very emotional video to create and to make and to be there. But the way that I edited that video, I think it's my best work I've ever done, honestly. I was so moved by it, and it's not about us. We tried to do an opening when we got to Auschwitz, and I just burst out into tears. And I said, this is not how it's going to go. So and that video has less than 300 views. And I wish that more people would watch that, because it's a lot of people aren't able to go there. And it's not a long video, but I think it's one of our best as far as my editing.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll try and put a link to that in the description. So if anyone's interested and wants to see that, they can go straight from this video to that one.
Oh,
that does sound
kind of
amazing.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, we can do that.
We had some fun with the videos. Like, I play guitar, and I record music on my computer, and she's put some of the music that I recorded into the videos, which
that's awesome.
Like I'm contributing a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, that is so good.
Getting the right music is so hard.
It is. What do you use for your music?
We just use mostly the YouTube studio music.
The audio library quite often, But if anyone wants to send us free music, please.
We just signed up about 2 months ago with Epidemic Sound, and I decided to go forward because I was kind of getting tired of what I was hearing, and I wanted something else a little bit different and some more sound effects and things like that. And it's really not that much money invested, when you think about it. Overall, the whole year, when you break it down with the options that you're given. This is not sponsored, by the way.
Should be.
Maybe you should. Yeah. Oh, that's a good recommendation.
Yeah. Epidemic Sound is good. When me and my husband briefly had a channel, we used Epidemic Sound for a while.
Oh, I watched your channel. Yes. Having cocktails.
We used Epidemic Sound for that, and there is a lot more options, because sometimes you hear like the same music from your videos on other people's videos, and that's fine, but it's just nice to have something
more of a range.
A range. Yeah,
for sure. Who have we got in the chat, Lucy?
We have Roger. Hello, Roger. We have Jim from Jim's Kitchen.
Hi, Jim.
Jim was our wonderful guest last week, and if you haven't checked out his channel, everyone must. He's wonderful. Let's see. Teacher Kelly Tag, welcome.
Hi, Kelly.
She's saying, wow, you make me look forward to being empty nesters.
Oh yeah, Doris, I'm nodding. I am actually, although I don't feel like
I know. And let's see. Diana says, edit for 10 hours, get 10 minutes of footage.
That's true.
That is true.
Very true. Very true.
Yes, but we always say it's better to have too much footage than too little.
Yes,
we record everything.
Yeah.
Magenta Otter is here.
Oh, hi, Dara.
Hi, Dara. Ian, how are you?
Still.
Yeah.
How's the trip going?
Yeah, she's over in the UK right now. Dara's in the UK right now.
Yes, she is. Yeah, she is. Yeah, Dara. How are you doing in the UK? Are you managing to get around okay? And
update us. We're so excited to hear. Diane Black says Cara has such creative eye.
Oh yes, you do.
Dider or Diane is my best friend, our best friend. I've known her for 40 something years. And I just want to say something really quick if I can.
Yeah,
sure.
We put out a video a little while ago about reaching our milestone and what we'd like to do with our channel going forward as far as becoming monetized. So one of the thing that we want to do when we become monetized is we want to take all of the donations from our making the money to give to Diane's nonprofit, which is Deaf Empowerment Abroad Foundation. And so we want to give to this amazing foundation that she's created. She's an interpreter for the deaf for 30 plus years now. She found a need in Jamaica for the students in the community, of the deaf community there. And she is so hardworking as far as supporting them. So if you guys go to that video and you can click in the link, actually in every video going forward, I'm putting the link to her website and trying to help promote traffic her way. So she does an amazing job.
You can send us the link too, and we'll put it in this video description as well.
Yeah,
how wonderful!
Such a good reason.
That is your goal.
I
know. Yeah, exactly. That is wonderful. So if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to John and Cara's channel.
Yes.
Link in the description too. Yeah, that's wonderful.
I think that's wonderful.
Well, thank you. Well, we just want to support her in all of her amazing hard work that she does and helping so many of these children that really, truly need support. So you guys are now up to 957 subscribers on my last check. You are coming up on a huge milestone. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you to everyone who supports us.
Oh yeah, we do appreciate it.
It means so much. It really does. Like, we didn't know if we'd ever get this many.
Do you know, when we started, we thought our goal was going to be to reach 50 subscribers. We thought that was our goal, you know, and
that was amazing just to get that many.
I know.
This is just overwhelming.
Yeah.
Well, we know how much hard work you have to put into it. So definitely congratulations.
Yeah, you do have to really put the work in. You can't just really expect to sort of put out one video, not really, and you know, get there. Whoops, the dog's going crazy behind me. It wasn't me.
We just got ours out of here right before the interview.
That's a good idea. Ours refuses to leave.
Yeah.
So talking about subscribers, I just want to read this real quickly. We have a new subscriber to our channel, and he is the Sensational Gent.
Sean, we love Sean.
We're huge fans.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Huge fans of the Sensational Gent. Yes.
So he is working to be retired full-time and to travel full-time, and he asked us a couple of questions like what was our end game, and also if for travel, if we want to travel for leisure, if we're thinking about retiring abroad. We would love to buy a place in Greece. That's our favorite country, and be able to live there. But we're not going to ever live abroad full time because we've got we've got elderly parents, and we have our children, you know, and they just got married this year in January and in April. So their lives are all beginning, and we want to continue to be part of that. So, but our end game for retirement is try to travel as much as we can and just stay healthy and, you know, and just enjoy it. It's so great not having to wake up and go to work.
I must be. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's really been nice. Yeah, it's just been 3 years now, actually, that officially retired. So
what advice would you give to people who are about to retire or have just retired? What would your main advice be?
Wow,
that's up to you.
It depends.
We're talking to you, John, now.
Well, it depends on your resources, and you know, if you're able to leave. Like, we were expecting to be in Europe a few months ago, and you know, everything changed. So I think in our first video, what I said about our trip was, I'm not afraid of the things that I do know. I'm afraid of the things that I don't know, or we don't know.
Yeah.
Because everything is changing so much in the world right now. We're not really sure if we can even travel or where we can go. If we go there, we'll be stuck there. You know.
Yes.
That's another,
I mean, there's a lot of things going on that it's hard to think about the future right now.
Right.
That's so true, John. You know, I'm sort of contemplating a trip to the UK, but I'm really scared about it. I don't know if I'm going to go or not, because, you know, if I do go, then if I can't get back, and, you know, all the problems associated with travel now, and you just, everything is so uncertain. You don't really know what's going to happen next, do you?
No, and that's why we've been taking little 45-minute to an hour trips, just because we're staying in our comfort zone. We know we can get back home if we need to.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's
like 45 minutes, like our last video that we did when we were in again in Dunedin, and I was not feeling really up to the trip, but it's only an hour and 15 minutes away from here, but it's still like we got away, like we were on a little vacation.
A complete change of scene, isn't it? That's what you need.
Important.
Yes, it doesn't have to be across the ocean. Exactly.
I think though, for people that are going to retire, is to make a list and all the things that you thought about as you were driving to work that you wanted to do, or that you'd like to do, whether that's just reading or gardening, or, you know, taking up a new hobby, or a YouTube channel, or whatever you want to do. I think that that's important to do that. And that's kind of like what we did. We didn't want to just be sitting around doing nothing, and we love to travel. So it's kind of like that's our thing, right? We
were a military family and used to not being at home, used to being somewhere different all the time under, you know, different stresses. So the fact that we can't go anywhere sometimes it's a little suffocating sometimes, right?
Right. Yes, I can imagine
feeling that.
When you were traveling a lot with your job, did you have times when you were thinking just the opposite? Oh, I wish we could just settle down somewhere and know we're going to stay.
It becomes a lifestyle, and you get used to not being anywhere for very long, so it becomes normal.
Yeah.
But when that changes, then I don't. It's hard to describe it, but I mean, we've lived in 3-4 places in the last 3 years, so just moving and traveling and, you know, seeing more. And when you can't do that, that's when you miss it.
Yeah.
One thing though, that wherever we've been, we've always immersed ourselves into the community and taken advantage, and just like when you were at the Pentagon in DC, we were just like taking that metro every day, going downtown, and we miss that so much. And then, you know, being in Virginia, we love going to Civil War and Revolutionary War battlefields. So we were doing all of that, and we didn't videotape that at the time. We kind of need to go back and redo all of that.
Yeah,
do it again so we can all see.
Yeah, that would be great. Yes.
Yeah, like I always say, if it's not on YouTube, it never happened.
Exactly. Yeah, were you even there?
Yeah, exactly. Sorry.
I was just going to ask, because Jim has a question for them.
Right, okay.
Jim would like to know, what is one of the most beautiful places you have ever been?
Man.
Greece. Wow.
Netherlands, Greece.
Yeah. I have to say this, Krakow, Poland. Maui, well, that's true. There's so many, Jim, but
so many beautiful places.
This is one of my most emotional, was when we got off the train and it was nighttime. We arrived in Krakow and we dropped our things off the Airbnb, and we went into I think it's the largest square in all of Europe. I don't know if you guys have ever been there.
No.
Top on your list, you must go. We walked in front of the basilica, the moon was shining, and I burst out into tears. I was so overwhelmed with the beauty. I want to cry now.
We still call
Isn't it amazing when a place affects you like that?
Yeah.
Something about it just gets you.
Yeah, we love that. Also, I think that, Crete is our favorite island so far in Greece. But Loutraki was a surprise in Greece. It's near Corinth, and it's, even though it's on the mainland of Greece, you feel like you're on an island. It's just Absolutely incredible. I mean, we can't wait to rent a car again and I could stay in Greece for a couple of years and just keep driving around.
Greece is so beautiful and so relaxing, isn't it? They've just got you just feel completely relaxed when you go there. It's just an amazing country.
Everybody's wonderful and happy there. It seems,
yes, despite all the problems in the country. Yes, right. That's good to know. Yeah. I mean, they're certainly so welcoming, and it does, the people of the country you visit, it does impact, doesn't it? How friendly they are, the whole vibe of the place. I mean, not just the scenery, not just the food, but it's everything, isn't it, altogether?
I think that is my favorite part about traveling, are meeting the people. Yes. And we have a video, Meet Our Friends of Europe, which we did a video and they're all there. And then we did another video in Dahlonega, Georgia, where we went into some of the local shops and we met the shop owners and talked to them. So that's what our video is about. But we still have people that we've met, and we may have only been there for a week, but they're our friends and we still keep in touch with them. Maria in Crete and Hanya, we talk to her all the time, and just some lovely people. And we sat outside so many evenings and sat and talked with these people that we had never met before, and just bonded and shared experiences and views, and you just learn from the people that you meet. And in our video, I said, go out and meet a friend, because you're going to. And, if you stay in your hotel room, or if you stay on a tour bus or what have you, I don't think you always get the experience unless you immerse yourself in the town or the country. So that's
I think it's so important to immerse yourself in the culture with the local people. Go to the places the local people eat, not just the ones that the tour guide recommends. Definitely don't go to those. That is so important, isn't it, to get a real experience of the country?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and to ask questions, and then they ask us questions as well, and then before you know it, it's 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Those are the best nights, and you realize not only how different people are, but also what makes us all so similar, the ways that we all connect. And
well said.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So you
I was just going to say hi. I was just going to say hi to everyone who's come along, because Tony's here and Eleanor's here too. Everyone is saying how wonderful your initiative is. It's just wonderful. In the kitchen with Karen says, good morning, ladies. Hello, John and Cara. Hi, Karen. Says, I will go and check out their awesome channel. Love travel channels.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Karen. And Molly's here. Hi, Molly.
Hi, Molly Makes.
Welcome, everybody. Molly says, I'm still getting used to not wearing a mask, even though I love not wearing one. Do you feel like kind of a bit like, almost like you've forgotten to wear like a shirt or something? I haven't got my mask. Oh no, it's okay. And Omar Faraway says, I can't wait to go back to New Zealand and hug my children and grandchildren. It's been too long.
I do know how you feel there. Yeah, a lot of our family are in the UK and we've not physically seen them for a couple of years. And although we Skype and FaceTime, you miss the people so much.
Sure. Do you know when you'll be able to go back to the UK?
Well, you can travel now, but it's a procedure with testing and there's a bit of uncertainty, and if they're going to release the lockdown, if they're not, and then there's the Delta variant, and there's a load of stuff going on. But obviously, Dara from the Gens.
I'm sorry. If you go, you don't know if you'll be able to return.
Yeah, well, actually, I think my husband's going to book me a one-way ticket. Yeah, I mean, at the moment you can, if you're an American citizen, which I am. Yeah, I don't know. It's all that uncertainty which makes the travel so stressful.
Right.
When we in February, we traveled for the first time. I think it was like 14 months that we had been on a plane since we had gotten back. And we had the opportunity to go to Maui. It was so funny. Our son was there on his honeymoon, and he called us at 11 o'clock on a Monday night and said, Mom, there's an opening. His grandfather-in-law has several of these timeshares, and there was one that was open starting that coming Sunday and said, you have to take it. It's going to go to waste. You guys need to get on a plane. You got to come here, whatever. Well, we just made it happen, but it was stressful because of all the COVID, the testing. We had to drive 2 hours for, a designated testing area and et cetera, et cetera. But it was so fun. And we didn't do any of this. We didn't do any of this planning. We winged it, and we had the best 2 weeks. I mean, and it made us also, we were like, oh my gosh, we just cannot wait to get back and travel again,
Yeah.
But it is scary for us to even try to plan and say, okay, let's go, whatever country's open right now, let's go there. It just seems a little too soon for us. So I think we're going to wait and do some stuff in the United States.
Yeah.
We do have tickets to a concert for July 4th in Las Vegas.
October.
Oh, fantastic.
July 4th.
October.
No, it's this July 4th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mandolin Bay.
Oh,
And
who are you seeing?
so but I don't think we can go because I don't think I can walk that far because of my surgery. So,
Yeah.
and so we're just kind of like waiting to see how that goes. So yeah.
So that's another inhibitor to travel, isn't it? Because of your injury. Yeah.
Thank goodness this did not happen when we were in Europe. I can't imagine. I would have been so disappointed because we were walking sometimes 12, 15 miles a day,
I know.
Yeah.
Europe is so good for walking.
Yeah.
It is. It's we love that. We love also dining fresco and outside and watching people, and we love all of that.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing. One thing you told me, Cara, when we talked the other day, is that you had your DNA tested, and to your utter amazement, you were 73% British.
Yes, I'm shocked. I thought for sure I was Greek, or I thought for sure. I was like just hoping so much, but I'm not. There's not. It's all in the UK and in France and. Yeah. So, and
it's why we have all these mushy peas in the
There you go. There you go. Now you know why.
Yeah.
But the UK is on the top of our travel list. I cannot wait to go to the Cotswolds as well as to Wales. We watch a channel. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Kinging It, and they're from Wales, and they're just amazing. We've been watching them for years, but they're going through Wales right now, and I'm just in awe. I'm like, I cannot believe this is Wales. It's so beautiful. So we have to go there. It's just terrifying though to think about driving on the other side of the road through those narrow little, like it looks like a driveway, but they're actually roads.
Oh yeah, there's some roads there you have to sort of pull over to let the other vehicle pass. There's a lot of those around. Yeah, we find it scary driving on this side of the road.
That's right. But I've been to Wales a couple of times, and it's honestly the friendliest place.
Yeah, I'd love to go back.
Cardiff is such a wonderful city. Like you said, you'll make friends immediately. Everyone's just so nice. Like I would recommend Wales in a heartbeat.
I hope
even though the driving will be scary.
Yeah.
Well, he has the international driver's license, so it's going to be up to him to
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Probably, maybe best to try and hire an automatic.
Yeah, we did a stick shift in Greece, and
it was funny.
Yeah, I know a lot of Americans have told me that having to deal with the stick shift, and because it's on the other side, isn't it, was a bit of a challenge.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's even worse, because in Greece you're driving on, I'll say the right side of the road, but
it wasn't like that, was it? It was just a normal little car. We gotta get it automatic. Or just hire someone to drive us around for 6 months.
They need a chauffeur.
That would be perfect.
They could be famous, couldn't they? They would be on YouTube as your personal chauffeur.
Yeah, they could be a recurring character on the channel.
I think we got to save up for that one.
Maybe they should pay you for the opportunity.
Like an aspiring actor.
Yes.
Oh, it's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the scariest thing I've ever done, in all honesty, was trying to drive in Italy. I still wake up with palpitations sometimes.
Oh my goodness, yes, yeah.
Where was our worst? We didn't drive there, but the worst driving I've ever seen or traffic was in Cairo.
Was when we were in
Oh,
Egypt.
Cairo.
Oh,
Oh,
I
wow.
don't believe what we saw.
It was terrifying. You know, you have like a 4-lane highway that is automatically turned into an 8-lane highway because they've made it so. And they don't drive with their headlights on. So it's dark and they're driving, and well, there's lights in the streets, and people are just, we had transportation, a driver that was taking us around, but I just couldn't believe it. And I was, filming out, well, just with my phone at the time, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is like, I'm ducking and weaving, and it was terrifying.
Oh, it's horrible, isn't it? When you have those experiences, you just think, I'm just going to close my eyes. I won't look. Yeah, that is difficult. I mean, some places are just so scary on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is on your, if you could go anywhere in the world, what is on your bucket list? What are your favorite places that you really want to visit, maybe that you haven't visited before?
We've talked about going to, I don't know, some Thailand, Korea, maybe.
Yeah.
But it seems really far away right now and really hard to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's one place we haven't explored together.
Right. We've been to Turkey, and but we want to go back to Turkey. In fact, that's what we were thinking about doing, was spring of 2020, we were going to go to Turkey for 30 days and then to Romania for 30 days and then go back to Greece and then come back. But again, that just didn't work out. But I think that we really enjoy staying in one place for a longer period of time to really get to know and explore, instead of going to just, like, for instance, if we went to Turkey, we wouldn't just stay in Istanbul. We might, just like when we went to the Netherlands, we stayed in Amsterdam only 2 nights when we first arrived. And then we went outside and stayed another 12 days, and we stayed in Utrecht, which was our home base. And then we just took the train to all the other, towns around to get out and to spend more time. So I think I love traveling that way, where you're, you can really settle down and,
Yes.
Get a home base and find a grocery and, save money, that type of thing.
Yeah.
And stay in the local community, not in a hotel in Amsterdam or wherever.
Yeah, that's good
We love
advice.
Airbnbs. We love staying just in, like, in a local street, and how the normal people live.
That is so true.
Yeah, that's really important. So you guys don't sound like the kind of couple who would go on a cruise then, where you just stop off for a few hours,
Probably not.
on a destination.
Yeah, I mean, I do watch several cruise channels, and I just find it amazing that there's this whole culture that they really do enjoy that. I just think that just getting off the port for a few hours and then having to get back on, and we've both been on cruises before, and it's nice because you can unpack your suitcase and then you're done.
Yes.
So,
Really that's
nice.
a good thing. Yes.
But yeah, I like to see other people have fun, enjoy their cruise life, but it's not really for us.
And I think the most memorable trips we've had are the ones where we parked ourselves, rented a rental car, and had the freedom to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Not even really any plans, just just drive where you want to go for that day.
Yeah.
It feels really rigid and stilted, doesn't it, when you actually have to go on these, when you do go on these tours, as part of your
that's something Cara can talk about too. But you're right, we don't like tours.
No.
Yeah. And it's okay to book a local person, when you go to an area and have a personal tour. We've done that, which is great, but some of these vacation things where it's all planned for you is good for some people, depending on your circumstances, but you don't really see life in the country that you're visiting.
No, you have to follow the flag. They're walking and they're seeing 30 people there they go, and then you
Yeah.
want to stop and do something, and then you just, it's more restrictive. So we just kind of like flying by the seat of our pants. I mean,
Yeah.
we, for instance, this is kind of funny. We were at our family house in Ellijay in Georgia, and we were driving back to here into Florida, and it took us 6 days to get home, and it's only an 8-hour drive.
My
We're like, hey, we've never been here, let's stay.
Yeah.
And they've never been here, let's stay. And we just did that the whole way down. That was really fun.
That's so nice. And you discover so much more. That's the exciting thing, when you discover a place. You're
Yeah.
like, wow, I had no idea this was here.
Oh, are we frozen? Are we frozen on your end? I think we froze. We froze.
I know.
What do we do? Uh-oh. Are we frozen? We're frozen. Oh. Are we frozen? Are we frozen on your Oh, okay. We're just frozen on our screen. I think you can still hear us. Let me just see if I can. Can you still hear us? I think we froze. We froze. What do we do? Uh-oh. Are we frozen? We're frozen. Let's see. Oh, okay, we're just frozen.
Hello, hello.
Are we back?
Yeah, I don't know. I
Can you hear us?
I hope everyone is still there in the chat and we haven't lost you all.
Sorry.
Oh my goodness. This was why I was so nervous all day. I was afraid there were technical difficulties.
Yeah, well, we don't think we've ever had that happen
No,
before.
no, sorry about that. I
Yeah.
think the internet just went for a minute.
Yes. Let us know in the chat if you guys are still there. Do you want to just go back? I don't know if you come off and everyone unlinks from it.
Yes. Oh, back again. Oh, good.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank
There was
you.
a you had a question. Who was it from?
Oh, somebody asked, was it Kelly? Somebody asked,
Kelly
have
Edwards,
you
wasn't
been
it?
to Vietnam before?
No.
No, we haven't. And I would like to go there. It seems very busy though and overwhelming when I watch videos of that, but I think it would be a really interesting place to visit.
We love a lot of the food. And
Yeah, we love the food.
Yeah.
So we would definitely, hi Kelly, by the way.
Hi, Kelly.
She's
Hi,
one of
Kelly.
our biggest fans. She's so spread and a friend. We've known her since we were kids. So
Oh, her
Oh,
husband's a DJ, and he actually he talked about us on his radio show, which
Yeah.
is really cool.
yeah, hi Scott. I think
Yeah.
he's watching right now. He's on his he's at the radio station right now doing his show, but he sent me a message saying he was going to be watching. So hey Scott.
Lakeland's
Hey,
local.
Scott.
Hi, Scott.
Let
Fantastic. Yeah. That's
us know if we get broadcasted or something.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And the Fluffies channel.
Oh, hey guys.
It
Fluffies.
says, hi girls, hi John and Cara, we just got here. Nice to see you together. You should try visiting Hungary also. We'd love to show you around.
Oh,
I would love to go. Have
Yeah.
you guys been?
Hungry, yes.
Yes. We were in Budapest for 24 hours. That was it. And we've got to go back. But that was amazing. Yeah, we loved it. And we loved the food too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. Yeah. Yeah. We were just there real quick. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love the beautiful architecture. I just love
Oh,
looking
yeah.
at pictures. It's absolutely stunning.
it is.
yeah, we stayed up near the castle and it was just amazing. And I don't think we slept at all because we got there, we did our tours, walked around as much as we could, went to sleep for a few hours, stayed up late, and then got up early the next morning and tried to make the most of our 24 hours. So we can't wait to go back there.
Yeah.
Yes, you can do a lot in 24 hours, can't you? It's surprising when you have to, what you can fit in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it was Diane who asked that question. Sorry,
Oh,
Diane.
Sorry,
Oh,
Diane. My
Freezing,
sorry.
you
fault.
messed with my heads
Yeah.
a little bit. And Eleanor would like to know, have you been to Japan?
I've been to Japan because of the military a few times.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
I've been to the Tokyo airport twice. That was it. That doesn't really count.
You've touched base on Japan.
Yeah, you've touched Japanese soil.
Yes.
The problem is
no,
when
we
you're in
haven't
the
been
military,
either.
when you're in the military and you visit somewhere, you don't always get to do a lot of touristy type things. So
Right.
or
Yeah.
get out at all. But
Right. Yeah.
Oh, right. Really? Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Japan, if we do Thailand and Vietnam, we definitely do Japan, probably Korea.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we would do that. Yeah, you were stationed in Korea for a year on TDY, so that was a long time ago in South Korea.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Do you guys sorry, I was just thinking, do you guys watch that TV show, Somebody Feed Phil, where he goes to all these countries and tries all these different foods, and like you were saying earlier about really getting to know the local people, it's just such a joyous show. And it reminded me when you were talking earlier as well about really connecting with the local people and having friends for life. Phil, who wrote well, what did he write? Everyone Loves Raymond.
Yeah.
He wrote that show. He is so joyous. It reminded me of him in some ways because he just embraces it all and he's so friendly.
He's like the nicest person.
So what is it called again? I'm going to write this down.
Somebody Feed Phil, and it is actually on Netflix, but I guess it must be on YouTube. I don't know, but it just, you guys kind of remind me your attitude and everything. It reminds me of that show, which is just such a joy to watch, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really lovely, and
Yeah.
he embraces the local community, and it's just so interesting.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things that we do whenever we go somewhere is like in my binder there for that trip, and then our other trips too, is I do a lot of research and I list so many things, but we don't hold ourselves to that. We say, hey, if we can do this, or if we feel up to it today, then we're going to do this. If we don't, we don't. So we put a lot of flexibility in our schedule because we want to enjoy ourselves. So we don't want to be on this rigid schedule. Oh my goodness. And then, oh, we didn't hit this and we didn't hit that. We'll be like, we'll come back. We'll do it again.
That's a brilliant thing to do, because otherwise it's extra stress, isn't it? And you know, when, as you say, when you get there, the next day you might be feeling just like, I just want to stay at the pool today. I just want to chill or go to the beach. And,
you have to be spontaneous.
Yeah,
but it is good to research before. I do totally agree with that, because otherwise you go somewhere and you don't know what there is to see and do. And then when you come home, everyone asks, well, did you go there? Did you visit that? Did you? And you think, no, why didn't I do that? You know, and that's so annoying.
Yeah.
Well, it's you kind of feel guilty too. Like, well, we spent 2 days in this beautiful city, and then you start thinking about all the things you did not do.
Yeah.
Thinking about, well, next time we'll do that. But you can't ever do everything.
No,
that's so
Sometimes
true.
we do stuff that's completely off the radar, with, just by talking to people or walking around.
Oh my goodness, we found so many fun things by getting lost. Not really lost.
I know.
Walking and saying, let's just take a route down this street, and then we'll come across like this incredible neighborhood and architecture and stuff that you would have never been able to research, and murals and things like that. And we're just like, wow, that worked out. So that's another thing, is we have an attitude when something goes wrong. We're just like, okay, it's going to lead to something. We'll take 15 minutes, we'll be upset, but then, he keeps me really calm, especially on travel days. But if it didn't work out, then it wasn't meant to be. And then there's something better ahead. And that always has paid off for us. It always has. Yeah, that's always paid off. Right.
That's really good.
Can you talk about Berlin?
No.
Okay.
There's a story there.
Somebody had
obviously that's not going to be embellished upon.
I do have a funny story though. When we were in Athens and we were staying at this Airbnb, and I don't know, for those of you who haven't been to Europe, the washing machines are very different than they are in the United States. And a lot of them don't have, they're not in English. So you just try to figure out what you're doing. Well, we had 2 days before we were leaving Athens, and we were going to Santorini, or we were going to Crete. I can't remember which, but we had 2 days. So I put our laundry in, and, and started the laundry. Well, the washing machine locked up and froze, and our clothes were trapped for 24 hours in this machine. And I was like so thankful that we were not leaving the next day to go, and then they had to send somebody to come and get our clothes out and everything.
Oh, no.
But could you imagine if we just had to leave our clothes behind because we have
for the next person?
Yeah. Here we go. And just because we had a flight. That's what we had a flight. I think we were going to.
Oh gosh.
But anyways, that was really funny. And again, we didn't stress about it. We just were like, okay.
We would have had to buy new clothes.
We would have had to buy.
Yeah. Well, hey, new clothes.
Shopping trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's one thing that we do about traveling. And I would recommend to anybody, pack your suitcase and then take half of that out.
Yes.
Because
I was going to ask you for some packing advice, because I hate packing.
Yeah. Use
packing cubes, did you say?
Packing cubes, they're like little mesh. I should have brought one here to show you, but you just roll your clothes up and put them in there. And then so you know that in each little case, your pants, your shorts, or whatever, your t-shirts, and so when you unzip it, you can see everything, and you don't have to go through and tear through your luggage. And so
you actually roll your clothes?
We roll our clothes and we put them in these little cases, and they zip up, they're mesh, and then they just pack so nicely in your little carry-on, and and then you're off. We're all organized. So you don't, when you go to we never unpack when we go somewhere, just open up the suitcase, and we know in this packing cube is our, whatever we need. And it makes it so much easier.
That's such a good idea.
Yeah, because otherwise you're like pulling stuff out, and then
the thing you need is at the bottom.
Yeah,
always.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, that is good advice.
And we're there to travel. We're not, there to make a fashion statement. So, you'll see in our videos, we're wearing the same things over and over and over. and we're meeting new people, so they didn't know that we wore that 3 days ago.
There you go. Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Well, it seems like you've got packing down to an art. I congratulate you on that one. I always pack far too much.
Yeah.
Do you remember your cases, Lucy, when you used to visit over here?
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Mine's
God.
like fit to burst at the seams. It's like shaking with the pressure.
Oh God, Lucy's suitcase was always a nightmare, and she could never do them up again because she had so much stuff, and it was just thrown in. Literally.
No, it wasn't just it was folded. But I would like to get some of these packing cubes.
Yes,
I think that would help me.
Me too.
So let me ask you two a question. Your mother and daughter, is
Yeah.
there any difficulties or weird situations because your mother and daughter traveling together, or you guys just get along great? And
I think we get on really well.
Honestly, that's true. I think we genuinely get along very well.
Yeah. Whether we're traveling or whether we're doing the channel, I think we have the same sort of ideas about things. I'm not saying we never argue, but we don't very often, do we?
We agree to disagree quite a lot.
Yeah.
We never argue, ever.
No.
I was just curious because traveling is so stressful. So it's, there's
Yeah, and we have traveled
dynamics
together quite a bit, haven't we?
Yeah. I think we calm each other down. I don't know.
I'm a more anxious.
Yeah.
I'm more anxious about everything, and she's more laid back. So I think that's so she's good for me, like you are for Cara. So she will kind of like say, Mum, don't stress, it's not that bad, which has
But Mum will do all the research. I hate research and I hate organizing.
So
I would just turn up in a place and just not have a clue what to do if it wasn't for Mum.
I plan everything. I am like you, Cara. I'm a planner. So so that I would do all that stuff and organize stuff. And then when I get stressed, you would calm me down, hopefully.
I'll do my best.
Yes, provide alcohol.
Yeah, you're like Lucy.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing, and I can say that we kind of over planned for when we went over for the 3 months in Europe is that we bought the Eurorail pass. And the reason why is because I'm such a planner and researcher. I spent a week trying to figure out different train schedules, and it was very confusing. So I said, we're just going to purchase this. I think it didn't cost us like $1,700. It was very expensive because we had to pay for first class, and which we didn't always go first class, but we didn't use up all of our, our trips. And then we found when we to the train stations how easy it was. So we could have just bought, and we would have saved so much money if we would have just, bought as we went along and not, not have to worry about that. So I think that's one thing that I don't think that we would ever recommend doing that. Yeah. So, but that was just my anxiety about, oh my gosh, we've got to have a ticket. We have to be able to get on the train.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Yeah, no, sometimes it's much easier, as you say, just to buy your tickets, and you don't always know, where you're going to go, or, when you're going to go. But yeah, sometimes the research does go against you. Mostly it doesn't, but that's good now, because obviously you guys give tips out to other travelers.
Yeah, very useful.
Yeah.
Well, we are so thankful for YouTube community and all of the YouTubers. Like, one is Delightful Travelers, Anna and Trevor. We just love their channel, and I watched them so much. In fact, we went to several places that we didn't know about that they had gone to. So I almost feel like, and I have to apologize, we were not copying you. We just fell in love with where you were going, and it worked, for us. But I find that we learn so much from YouTubers. I don't know if you remember, we used to only have Rick Steves who went out there and traveled, where we could watch that. And now we're so blessed with this. And I mean, look up any town or city that you want to go to, and there's usually a video. And we love it that it's from the eyes of an amateur, not a production company, or,
That's right.
And you really learn so much. So we hope to contribute back to that somehow in our, amateur travel ways.
Yeah.
No, you get such a more honest opinion, don't you? It's not trying to make everything look glossy and fabulous. It's like, okay, this is the reality, and then you can decide for yourself if that's going to suit you.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a great service, actually. And that you don't have to go to these travel sites and to see, I don't mean travel YouTube sites, the professional sites,
right?
To see what's going on, what there is to do in each area and what the area is really like. It's a real insider's view, isn't it?
It is. I love that. I love that part of it. So yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, Molly has a question for you.
Okay.
She asks, have you ever gotten sick while traveling? She says, that is my fear sometimes. I mean, like the stomach flu. And do you take out travel insurance?
Oh, good questions.
No to travel insurance.
Because we have.
Well, we took insurance. Didn't we take insurance on the train ride though?
And maybe I can't remember that, but
no insurance, no plane travel insurance, and no, we have not gotten sick.
No, we haven't so far. We haven't gotten sick.
Not even sniffles or anything.
No.
Wow, that's good.
Thankfully, other than me coming back from Maui, and thankfully we were coming back and I twisted my knee. So thankfully it was on the way back, so I can't imagine that would have been, that would have just been horrible. But so far, no, we've been fine. But
no food poisoning.
But our healthcare that we have covers us internationally. So we didn't have to buy healthcare, for that. So we were covered that way.
Oh, so you actually took that out, your healthcare out, so it covered your travels worldwide.
Right. So we didn't have to do that. So.
Oh, yes, I can see. Yeah, because when you do take travel insurance, there's so many times that you the stipulations and you think you can claim and you can't, and it's very frustrating. Or that you can claim a tiny proportion, and you have to pay so much.
Yeah.
Right.
Eventually, we haven't had to even try ourselves.
Yeah. No, we're healthy so far. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know. So yeah, so in general, would you tell people that they should, if they haven't got an insurance policy like yours, to take out?
I would,
insurance?
absolutely, I would. And I know that there's several that are out there that I've seen, you know, the other travel YouTubers, they'll link in their descriptions where, you know, and it seems to be pretty affordable. I don't know what the deductible is. I don't know how it works in other countries. You know, I do know that when Rachel, our daughter, was traveling abroad for school, she was studying abroad, she was in France, and she had she needed some medicine and was having some difficulty. And we got a bill, and it was quite a bit. I think it was like $600 to cover that, something like that.
Wow.
So
yeah,
I never told you about that. It was a long time.
You're coming out today.
You got a little bit wide there, John.
You learn so much on YouTube, don't you?
Don't you just? Don't you just? So, I've got a question. You know, when you're on vacation, how do you stay in the moment? How do you not get so involved in filming for YouTube that you don't enjoy the moment of being at that particular destination? How do you get the balance right?
It's hard, isn't it?
Well, yeah, well, what's funny is that when we don't have our camera with us, like when we're just going out, I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I had the camera.
Yeah.
The camera has become so much of what we do, you know, and it's fun because I'm like, oh, I need the camera to record this or whatever. I think we just kind of go along and just shoot, and then we'll put it down. And then, you know, there's a lot of times we just don't, you know, we don't film at all on a day, or we just say, no, we're not bringing that today. We're just gonna, or we just might bring the GoPro, or, you know, something light instead of all of our gear, you know, so just make it a light day, or just let's not film at all today. Let's just go have fun, you know?
It does take you out of the moment though, because we'll want to do a scene and we'll talk about it a little bit, and then we'll do the scene, then we invariably mess up, have to do it, you know, again, maybe again. So not always, you know, as spontaneous as you'd like it to be, but
Well, one of the things that I find probably that inhibits me is when we're out in public, and I'm getting better at this, but I don't want to offend anybody. So like when we're going along, I don't want to get anybody in like a B-roll shot. I really try to avoid people. And then when we're filming, and you know, we've got the you know, the gorilla pod, and we've got the big, you know, microphone and everything, we're talking to the camera, and then somebody stands right on the other side of us and is staring at us. And then I get distracted because they're like, oh, what are these people doing, you know? So,
yeah, everyone's interested.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I think that we don't film outdoors very often, do we? Or in a store. We've done it before, but I find that so kind of embarrassing, and I don't know, and distracting, and
you have to worry about not filming children, because we learned that's a thing. YouTube will shut you down if you have children in your videos.
Or if, I guess they just can't, like, I don't know what all the rules are on that, but I know I'm terrified. In fact, I've done a lot of editing where I've cut out children just because I'm just nervous that I'm going to break the rules or something like that.
Oh, and another thing is you have to be cognizant of the music that's playing, because YouTube will shut you down if you have music, you know.
Yeah, like in restaurants or museums or what have you. Yeah. But we always ask first. We ask permission before we go into a restaurant or anywhere that we go. Is mainly just on the street, you know, that we get, I feel sometimes a little intimidated, but I think we're getting much better at that.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, I'll just start chatting away and, you know, and just talking wherever that we might be. And it just, even in restaurants sitting outside, we'll just set the camera up, but people start watching us and looking at us, and they're like, and a lot of people come over and say, what are you guys doing? Can you show them our card?
Yeah, so give them the card. Yeah.
So we did, we made these cards up.
Well, let me put my glasses on for this.
Oh, I like that.
That's a nice one.
What a great picture of you guys.
Yeah, I love your profile pic.
So, but we just made those cards before we went on a trip, and they paid off so well because people will say, oh my gosh, we'll say, here, just watch our channel. And then they, send it, they subscribe or what have you. And, they have it. So it's kind of fun instead of describing to someone what we're actually doing.
Yeah, that's such a good idea. We've done that a couple of times. We have some cards which I don't have on me at the moment, but it's a great way to just get talking to people about your channel, because people are interested. You don't actually have to approach them and say, we're doing this. Like, people come over to you and they're like, what is it? It's quite a nice way to just get talking about it.
Well, we love to have people in our videos and, like at restaurants or whatever. In fact, our last video, we had Arlene, who's a local resident of Dunedin. She did a fabulous job and she was so sweet and she was just such a professional. And so we have one take. We were so thankful for her. So she got to be in, and then of course, telling us about her experience with living there. So we love to do that.
Yeah. That's nice. It's always nice to get other people involved. We feel that too, because it adds a different energy to your videos and you get different insights.
Well, people are so proud to show off their town and tell you about it, and it's great to get that aspect in there.
For sure. Yeah,
that's right. Local knowledge and all of that.
Yeah. So have you ever been refused? If you've been, say you're in a museum or, in a store, have you been refused?
The guy in Hawaii with the mongoose, he wanted to talk, but he didn't want to be on camera. A lot of people don't want to be on camera, but they may speak. But.
Well, we love going to local grocery stores. And when we were in Utrecht, there was a grocery store that we went to all the time. And I decided to bring the camera and start filming in there. And I don't know if you've ever been to the Netherlands, but the people are so kind. They were so kind. He was, this manager came up to me and said, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. You cannot film in here. Well, I was so embarrassed because here I am, look, talking about the food and the products and the aisles and everything. And it was very embarrassing. So, but he was so polite. He was apologizing to me.
He was more embarrassed.
He was like,
Yeah, it's awkward sometimes, I can imagine. Yeah, in that sort of situation from both sides. Yeah. I thought you were going to say something.
Diane would like to know, of all the places you've gone, what were your favorite places for food? Good question.
Poland.
Greece.
Poland and Greece, I'd say.
Yeah.
I love Greek food.
Croatia was good.
Croatia was good too. Yeah. I would say Poland. Oh my goodness, the schnitzel. It was just amazing. And Greece, the vegetables in Greece, because they grow from the volcanic ash.
Yeah.
It's like the tomatoes and just everything tastes so different than what we have here. And and the pork too is something that's very different. It doesn't taste, to me here in the US, it tastes salty and it's just very pure. Just tastes very, very good.
Yeah, it's very important to eat the local food at the place you go to. A lot of people, when they go abroad, think, oh, where's the McDonald's? Where's the Kentucky Fried Chicken?
We do like to go into McDonald's. We never eat there. We just like to go in and look at the menu to see what the local McDonald's.
Yeah, because they're different, aren't they? We've done a difference between British and American even, and the menu choice and the quality.
It's so
of the
interesting
food,
why it's different and like how it's different. And like when I was living in Italy, they had McDonald's and part of that was the McCafe, where you would have little like cakes and little croissants and like all these like lovely pastries and stuff like that. And it was just like
I like the sound of the McCafe.
The McCafe, yeah. We don't have that in the UK.
We liked, we did have a Greek, this was a few years ago, maybe like 5 years ago, when we were in Athens airport and we had a Greek Big Mac. We tried it, we split that, and that was really good. Yeah, that was really good. So that was our one, but we just kind of like to pop in and check it out.
It does taste different in other parts of the world too. It's so interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Once
your one's here.
Oh,
hi Eric. So good good evening.
Oh yeah, good evening. It's
Good
evening
good
in the UK.
morning.
Yeah, yeah. Good morning here in Arizona.
And Molly would like to know, have you gotten anything stolen? In Italy, when we were in Milan, we had our car broken into and suitcase stolen. It was bad because it was my mother-in-law's heart medications were in it.
Oh,
Well,
That happened to
we never have, but we are so careful. We have our travel pouches under our shirts. We're always checking on each other, keeping an eye on our bags. So we're very, very diligent, and we have had really good luck with that.
Yeah. And we just make sure we're aware of our surroundings, and we just watch each other's back. Like if somebody is coming up and they're trying to like sell you something or what have you, we're making sure that there's, and we try to get away from those kind of situations where you're blocked in or what have you. So but we have I should have brought it out. We have a travel, it goes underneath our shirts and into our pants. It's kind of tucks in, and that's where we carry our passport and all of our things. So it's always on our person, and we never leave our Airbnb without it. We never leave that behind.
so you don't leave it in the safe in a hotel or in the.
Always keep it on us, and you can't see it. It just, it's like it's a little thin little purse. You probably have seen them, for like $8 on Amazon. And then we also got the little protective cards that we put our RFD cards. So we even use those in the United States. So there's no problem with, having that, our information stolen on any of our cards or anything.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Very good advice. Yes. Yeah.
I purchased one of those little purses that you keep on you when I was in Romania, because they have these like adorable little children. They're so sweet, but they're obviously like trying to pickpocket. And the little kids come up to you and they'll go, American English, and they'll give you try and give you hugs and stuff, and then you feel their little hands trying to get into your
Oh my goodness, that's a good tip. That's a good tip.
I think often they're in like groups, and like the older children will send the little ones in because they look cute, and they'll try and pickpocket for the older children. So that's something to be aware of in some countries, and that can happen anywhere. It's not just a Romanian thing, but something to be aware of.
You spoke about Italy and Romania. Did you live in these countries for?
I lived in Italy for 6 months when I was working there. I was doing a theatre tour, which was wonderful. I was going into schools and doing a piece of theatre to help children learn English. That was great. I was only in Romania for a week, but loved it, and would love to go back. But Italy and America are the only places I've actually lived in abroad.
Okay, all right, that's real interesting.
Romania's
on the list.
Yes, it's my wonderful stepsister I have to thank for some of these travel experiences. She's big into Eastern European countries, and so she took me there, and it's a really wonderful experience. I love Romania. I would love to go back.
Well, when we start planning our trip, I'll have to send you a message and ask you some tips.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah, but the good thing about Europe is well, I don't know now because of the pandemic and everything, but it was so accessible and so relatively cheap to get from country to country, with flights or trains. And, whereas, within America, it's very expensive sometimes, isn't it, to fly between different states. But I guess this could all change. But that was one of the good things when we lived in Europe, that we managed to see quite a few countries because it was real easy and relatively cheap to do so.
Just jump on Ryanair.
Ryanair,
good old Ryanair. Yeah.
Go for like £60.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that we do is we have a travel credit card. And so we put everything every month that we can possibly use for that. And then instead of just, coming out of our checking account, we pay for it at the end of the month. So we get all of these points. So like when we went to Maui, we just used our points. It didn't cost us anything. So, that's the way. And even going to Europe, The only thing we had to pay were our taxes on our flights round trip. So I think it was just a couple $100 for both of us to fly over to Europe. So in fact, we felt we spent less money in the 3 months in Europe than we do here, because we just stayed at very inexpensive Airbnbs and, and just ate and, went to the grocery and cooked and things like that. And so, except for that train ticket. No one
the silly train ticket. Well, it's good to know that you can do things on a budget and still have, the best experience. You don't have to go to a swanky hotel and, go out and eat out every night. Yeah.
And Airbnb makes it very easy because they show you those maps, and then you can go into Google. What I do is then I go into the location, and then I go into Google Map or Google Earth, and then I check out the whole road. So by the time we get to our Airbnb, I'm like, oh, there it is right there, because I've already seen it on Google Earth. I've already seen it. So we stayed in places, oh my goodness, in like for Loutraki, I think it was $23 a night to stay there in this beautiful 2-bedroom apartment overlooking the ocean, so you can get some really good deals.
Yes, good to know.
That's really good tip. Yeah, it doesn't have to be mega expensive.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So who have we got on next week? Share the love, Lucy.
Oh yeah, just very quickly, because we're so excited. Next week we have Claudia Ramirez. She's been on before. Some of you might remember her. She's a wonderful motivational speaker. She's just amazing and uplifting. Claudia Ramirez, do check her out and come back next week at the same time to meet her. She's lovely.
She is. And if you haven't done so already, please check out John and Cara, Retired Travellers channel.
Thank you.
Yes, please do. We thoroughly recommend it. And if you haven't done so already, please give this video a like. We would very much appreciate that too.
Thank you.
End of advert.
Molly has another question for you. She says, have you ever accidentally videotaped someone and they got upset? That also happened to me in Italy back in 2010.
Not upset, just the one guy that put his hand up.
Yeah, we were in Ljubljana and we were crossing over the triple bridge, and I was filming, and this gentleman, he was not really even in shot, but he didn't realize that, and he put his hand up and kind of just gave me a gesture. He wasn't very happy, but other than that, no, nobody's.
It's really always positive.
Yeah.
And I think more and more people are so used to people filming, with
everyone's got their iPhones out, so what was your experience? What happened with you?
With Molly?
What happened, Molly? Let us know. Oh, Rose is here. Hello, Rose.
Hi.
Nice to see you. Thank you for coming. And the Fluffies channel asks, have you ever been to any embarrassing or odd situations in a different country because you didn't know the culture?
That's a really good question. I mean, we always embarrass ourselves, so it's hard to tell.
I know.
I don't think, other than when we were in Utrecht and we, got in trouble for filming, I was very embarrassed. No, I don't think there's been anything so far. No, we haven't done anything other than me, sometimes on the train. Well, I could say when we were in Berlin, that was kind of embarrassing. We had gotten off the train at the platform at a different location in the neighborhood. It was very, very dark. And so I thought we were in another neighborhood. And so we went into the store and we were waiting in line and nobody spoke English. And I was freaking out going, it's like 9 o'clock at night. Does anyone can help us? Can you help us? And then, I was like, does anyone know where we are? Well, fortunately, we were only like 2 blocks the opposite direction from my Airbnb, but I lost my mind, and that was a little embarrassing. But this man, came up and said, "Let me help you. Let me help you." And I was just panicking, and he was as calm and saying, "Don't worry, we'll find our way."
Well, it's bad because I have no sense of direction, so if he's lost, that means we're really lost.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Mm.
Yeah.
But it is when you're tired, especially if you've been traveling a long way, it's when that hits you, doesn't it? You know, you just want to get there and, you know, get set out and relax.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Right.
And you just don't know what to do. I try to think if we've had any awkward moments here, because
Or in America.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably. We must have done.
Must have done. I'll have a think. Yeah, I can't think off the top of my head.
No, I remember when I was doing this play in Italy, because we were acting everything out really large, because the children had, you know, they were learning English, but they had limited English, so we would act everything we would say to help them. And one thing I did was touch my ear like I'm listening, like this. Apparently that's a rude gesture in Italy. The children just erupted.
Well, you guys are so good on your channel. We love it that you know, do the comparisons of words and the meaning of, you know, an American word and the language, the difference. And I love that. I enjoy that so much, like watching you. I've learned so much from the differences are, and the, you know, which may think, you know, one word is something else, and you may use that as an American and completely offend somebody, you know, not knowing.
I know, I have done that before, particularly when you first come here. You have no idea. You just don't realize that some of the things you say are a little bit offensive, or, you know, just not the right word for over here all the time. And sometimes you'd realize it straight away by the shocked look on somebody's face. And sometimes you just carry on, and, you know, like your husband's looking at you and
trying to disassociate with you.
But yeah, that is, and you say with gestures and things, not so much in America, I don't think, with gestures.
No, I don't think so, not so much.
No, but making yourself understood sometimes, you know, by using the wrong word, or, you know, a British word which nobody knows.
Well, the British words that I'm thinking, or the American words I'm thinking right now in British, won't even say, because I know that they're, you know, and so that's the one I'm like, oh,
probably best
give you an example.
Yeah,
it's funny.
Yeah, there are certain ones that have to be a bit careful with.
Yeah. Let's see. The Fluffies channel says we usually wear our Fluffies channel t-shirts.
Oh,
I'm all for t-shirts. It's funny when we notice someone is searching for us on the phone or asks about it, besides the most common question, people asking if we have brothers. Oh, interesting. T-shirts is a good idea if you're out and about, isn't it? Because, you know, you could have your YouTube channel name, maybe.
Yeah.
No, we could do that. Everyone would say, oh, there's John and Cara.
Yeah.
The Fluffies, that's an easier name, because, you know, that's that works. But I do know, like, the retirement travelers, they're another channel their age, and they are really taking a leap of faith. They have sold everything, and they are taking 10 years to start traveling the world. So they're really taking a huge leap of faith. I love watching them. They're out in the West right now, but just that, I don't think that we could ever be that brave to do that, you know, sell absolutely everything.
Yeah,
that's a huge commitment, isn't it, to sell everything up? And I mean, that's freeing, isn't it? I mean, gosh.
They're very brave.
Yes.
Yeah, particularly now, you know. But good for them.
How would you feel about getting rid of your 30 guitars?
No.
Not happening.
It's not happening. No.
I think it's quite nice when you come back from somewhere that you do still have, like, your base, your home. Like, maybe some people that isn't as important, but you know, I think, like, for me at least, like, it's lovely to go to all these different places, but then there's also this nice feeling of coming home. And
it is good, but we immediately want to get back on the road again. So,
you've been here today, now, right? It's time to go again.
Since you're back in the old routine, it's like you've never been away almost, isn't it? And you think,
and Maui was a little taste, and we came back and we were like, okay, let's start planning this. I think that what we're going to try to do is we want to get back up to Georgia, and we're going to hopefully head up the east coast of Florida this summer and into fall. So we've got several places we want to stop along the way and do maybe a couple of months trip up the East Coast. So there's so much to see and do, and so many places that we've been to, but we've never filmed. So we'd like to share with everybody else. So.
Oh, we look forward to that, down that East Coast too. And there's so many wonderful places to see. And
yes, wonderful.
Yeah, that would be interesting for sure. Yeah.
We've got some more questions for you. I'm going to ask everyone's questions now. Eleanor would like to know, do you have a travel case for your electronics? I am looking into that recently.
Yes, we do. We have, I have a small backpack that is like my day backpack that has everything that I would need for the electronics. And then we have another backpack, which I carry, which carries and houses all of the electronics, including my laptop and all of those kind of things in there. So we have two of them, but the small one is really nice. I wish I would have brought that in here to show, because they're, maybe I can give you the link and you could share with whoever, whatever, I can send them a message.
Yeah,
that would be great.
Yeah.
Because when you're traveling, you take the day to go out and you may want to change lenses, or you may want to use the GoPro, or you need extra batteries or whatever. You have everything in a very secured little pouch. It's perfect. I just love that. Yeah. It's one of the best things we bought. Yeah.
Do you ever feel like weighed down by all this equipment? Do you ever feel
when it's hot?
Like it's hot, and and you've got all this. Do you sometimes feel, oh, I just want to be free and just wear my t-shirt and shorts and not bother? Do you ever feel like that?
Yeah.
John carries.
Oh, here we go. All this my backpack stuff. It's actually John's backpack.
Well,
all the dirt now.
The day backpack he usually carries, and I usually have the camera in hand. So I'm, doing all this, and he'll carry that. But when we're actually traveling from place to place, I take the larger backpack, and then he's got another backpack that he carries. And then we just have our carry-ons, the small suitcase. Again, when you pack for your trip to the UK, Julie, just pack your suitcase and then take half of it out of there. Because you're going to be able to wash your clothes, you're not going to.
Oh, so you don't check your bag? You don't check a bag?
Oh.
No.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
I think we never have.
No.
Never checked the bag.
No.
Oh my God.
Unthinkable.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, we just never, this way we have it, we can go, get off, and we've got everything we need.
Yeah.
Oh, I just have to say one more thing before we wrap up. We have an Easter egg in our videos. Do you know what that is? It's a little thing that's, okay. So in probably 80% of our videos, there is one thing that you'll find in at least one or two shots. And a few people have figured it out, and all I've asked them is just to type yes in the comments if they see it. But we've carried this thing around all over the world, and we still have it in our, in our backpack, and we take it with us. But it will just be sitting at a restaurant, or we'll have it sitting, somewhere, and it's kind of fun. So
I love that.
What a fun idea.
Oh gosh, you're gonna have to look out for that now. Yeah. That is so fun.
That is a fun idea.
So if you find it, just type the word yes. Don't tell anybody what it is. So yeah.
Oh, that is funny. Oh, what a brilliant idea. I love that.
Yeah, that is fun. Okay, let's see. Oh, Diane wants to know, does John take his guitar?
I have a little baby travel guitar that I'll take most of the time.
Yeah.
Or if we're driving, I'll take a real one.
Oh,
yeah. If we're in the car driving between the states, he's always got a guitar. So yeah. And then in Georgia at the family house there, he has a lot of guitars there already. So he splits it between the two places. So yeah, he's always going to have a guitar.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, what a nice idea. And Molly would like to know, how long have you two been married?
Well, we met when we were 1978, and we bought a house in the same neighborhood where we used to live when we were kids. So we've been together and well, we've been in love since then. So.
Oh,
Little while.
that is wonderful. Oh,
Isn't that lovely?
Yeah, best
Oh.
friends. Yeah, best friends.
well, I think
Yeah.
that's the secret, isn't it? To be best friends with your partner,
Yeah.
you know, so important.
Yeah.
That's lovely. And how wonderful now that you're retired and you can share more time together and more adventures. It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Worked out so
You know,
far.
you're not, yeah, well, it's great that you're not trying to, you know, avoid each other. Like, oh my God, I've retired. I've got to spend all this time with my wife, my husband, and I need to get out of the house. So
Yeah, we
that's
always say
amazing.
that we're in each other's back pockets because we really do everything together. I mean, we don't, and there's no problem with that, you know. And in fact, we're
Yeah.
down to one car now. We just bought, you know, we decided we just need one car because we're always
Yeah.
together. Why, you know, so yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Oh, I think that's a lovely note to end it
I
on,
do.
isn't
Yes, I
it?
think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, John and Cara. You've been the most wonderful guests and
Oh,
so
thank you.
interesting.
It's
Just
our
really-
pleasure.
Yeah.
You guys have been so gracious and of your time and having us on this live.
Absolutely.
We really appreciate. We could have never imagined in our wildest dreams that we would have ever been doing this. So thank you. We feel so honored.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for doing it. It's been great. And thank you to everyone in the chat for just being wonderful and all your interesting questions and
Yeah.
comments. And oh, John and Cara, you have to go back at some point and read all the wonderful things everyone's saying because it's been really, really heartening.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Well,
Thank you
safe
so
travels,
much.
and hopefully we'll talk to you again in the near future.
Absolutely. Hey, we never know. We might be in Arizona one of these days.
Oh, please come and visit.
Yes.
Yeah, we'd love to see you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll have you on our channel. So
Oh,
That would be great.
That would be
Yes,
nice.
we're always down for that.
All right.
Okay,
Thank
well,
you,
thank
guys.
you again.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Take
Thanks.
care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.